Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our first set of impressions for Chisa. And we're recording this one a couple of days after her release, after we've had the time to actually build her, after we've had the time to level her up. And here's what she's looking like on my end. You can see that she's got a pretty crazy amount of investment over here, that 2.1k attack, 137 ER, 80% crit rate, and 276% crit damage. Her build is looking pretty good, and we've got all the teams available that she should have any level of viability with for some testing over on in the Tower of Adversity, and of course, Whimpering Waves. Just to get some insight as to what we're working with over here, we're going to have her signature, we're going to have her on Thread of Severed Fate, and she's going to be S0, and relatively well invested in. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right on into the testing. But before we begin, if you're looking to pick up Chisa, her weapon, and are thinking about purchasing some lunite, you'd probably like to save some cash.
LD Shop is a fantastic way of doing that, and I'll show you exactly why. LDshop.gg gives you access to huge discounts on pretty much anything you can buy in a ton of games. But let's click on Wuwa for now. The monthly pass? Usually it's $5 dues, but on LD Shop, it'll be much less. What a deal! To claim one of these discounts, just select the item you're looking for and click Top Up to submit your payment. You'll need your Kuro linked account email, password, and username. This might seem a bit off, but remember that LD Shop already works with sensitive account information with their emulator, LD Player, so you can trust them for their services. They also have excellent reviews on Trustpilot. If you created an account with Gmail or Facebook, use the directions in the top-up menu to link your account to an email. After finalizing your payment info, wait a couple of minutes and your items will be on your account. New users can get a 10% discount and an additional 5% using my sponsored link, and first-time top-up bonuses are available as well. That means you can get some big discounts. Spending $80 or more will net you a VIP membership, which can get you a free 30-day lunite subscription. So try LD Shop today.
First thing that I want to do real fast before we actually dive on into some of the crazy testing is just, well, level up some of her abilities a little bit. I've got her basic attack and her skill kind of at like lower levels over here. I don't really think it's going to be that big of a deal because these abilities don't really do that much damage, but we're just going to level them up a little bit just for, you know, completion's sake right before we get on into the TOA testing. Now that that is done and over with, let's talk a little bit about the stages and the teams that we're going to be testing her in. I don't really want to test Chisa too much in this floor 3 and 4 of the TOA, simply due to the fact that there is a very, very, very heavy shilly buff going on over here, where basically negative status dealt by resonators in the team is amplified by 30%, and when enemies are affected by Havoc Bane, their damage taken is amplified by 30%. And Chisa's a character that is constantly applying Havoc Bane. So you can probably see what's going to happen over here if I decide to take her into floor 3. Her teams are just going to blow everything up because of how amplification works. So instead, what we're going to be doing is actually testing on floors 1 and 2 over here to kind of just see what the overall viability of her is going to be across these different lineups. The first team that we're going to be testing out is the one where she's probably going to be the strongest overall, and that is going to be, according to some of the rough calculations, the rough theory crafting that some people have done, this is Chisa's best team. And it is also technically the best team in the game. Chisa does actually outperform Arrow Rover here, but only if she has her signature. And we do, and we also have a pretty complete build. Here's what the Cartethyia is looking like. A nice 51k HP over here, 85% crit rate. And of course, she's going to be on her 44111 set Windward Pilgrimage. And then our Ciaconna over here is going to be at 132, have great stats as well, and she's going to be on Gust of Welkin. So let's just go ahead and see what the results are looking like in a non-shield environment with, well, Chisa's best actual team. And unfortunately, well, I'll just wait until after the run to tell you guys some of the bonuses about this team. All right, so we start off with the skill, do a nice little attack, then go into our liberation, and then just attack until we get to the scissor snips over here. All right, here we go. And we are good. So that is Chisa's rotation. It's not the fastest one ever, but that's basically just what you need to do. And you're going to notice, right, you don't really spend a lot of time in chainsaw mode. That's kind of how she's designed. Now we're going to go into Cartethyia. Press E. Press E again. Then do our basic attack follow-up. And then heavy attack. heavy attack, and yeah, her rotation is done. And as you can see over here, enemy HP is about, well, literally half.
Flicker into form. Come.
And then we're just going to go back onto Chisa, get the rest of the ER we need. Taking a minute, though, to rotate through with her. I'm at 9 Glacio Chafe stacks, so I almost got frozen there, but we managed to dodge it.
Such is that blessing. Oceans.
And yeah, it should be done in about 2 rotations.
Rise and crash. Finality. Shadows must be purged.
And that's basically it. Yeah, it just 2 rotate clears the boss. I took a little bit of extra time on my Chisa rotations just because I was like missing just a little bit of ER. Probably one of our Ciaconna attacks or something like that missed. And that was like the issue over there. But as you can see, that team is really comfortable. Clears very, very comfortably as well. And I guess one of the big reasons for why Chisa in this situation outperforms Arrow Rover is the fact that her weapon gives 24% all attribute damage to anybody that inflicts negative statuses. And both Ciaconna and Cartethyia do exactly that. So they're getting a nice attribute damage bonus on top of all the other buffs, the defense reduction that's going to be in Chisa's kit. And so you might be wondering, okay, what does the team look like though when Chisa isn't buffing them as much? What if we just have her on Wildfire Mark and she's giving fusion damage bonus to arrow damage characters? Maybe you want to see what the actual results are going to be looking like. So let's just do exactly that. And my Echo build on the character is going to be a little bit fucked up. She has like 300% crit damage right now. I don't think that matters too much. It should like even out. But yeah, we're just gonna rerun it with Wildfire Mark now.
Flicker it comes.
All right, there we go.
Meet your end. Structural integrity intact. Carry on. Break apart.
All right, here we go.
Ta-da! A grand overture. Now presenting a poem of finale.
So did I miss again? I did. Okay, we're just gonna have to.
Such is that blessing.
This guy is dodging some of Ciaconna's attacks.
For silence beckons. Tide, rise and crash. Salvation. March on. Finality.
So if you were to just look at the overall damage, you can notice it is a bit lower. Right, it is a bit lower, but not by much. And if anything, it might just be that the results that we're seeing that are like different, it's literally just because of like crit rate.
Cutting through the numbers. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, it could just be like variations in crit that are the differences between these 2 runs. Because one of the unfortunate realities of Chisa's weapon is that 24% attribute damage bonus is nice. But it's not like anything that's going to like make or break a run or be the difference between you clearing or not clearing. And as you can see, the boss literally has like a little bit more HP left with this run compared to the one with her signature. It's almost exactly the same functionally. And the main variances that we're having over here is whether or not certain abilities are critting. Otherwise, the performance, as you can see, was almost virtually identical between those 2 teams. And remember, the run that we just did, Chisa was not on her signature. She was on Wildfire Mark. So that's just something to keep in mind for some of the future tests that we're doing. It's nice to have this, but it's not like anything that's going to be super noticeable in the runs that you're doing. So that's a little bit about the value of, I guess, like her weapon at this point. Can you try the standard Rod Blade too? There's no real reason to, other than her damage is going to be slightly lower. That's all it's going to be on the standard Rod Blade. Your team's gonna deal like this much less damage. Otherwise, once again, the point of Chisa's signature is to buff the team with its 24% damage bonus. We did a test with Lupa's signature to not have that buff available, because otherwise you're just touching Chisa's personal damage, and it's not really that high in the first place, so it doesn't matter that much. Now let's go ahead and start testing out the rest of Chisa's teams from best, which was Cartethyia and Ciaconna, to worst. And the next team that we're going to be going up against is, of course, Pheobe Zani. Because this team is, I guess, Chisa's technically second best team, but it's not really that great either. Pheobe is just going to be over here. It looks like she's actually on a Eternal Radiance set, so let me just start moving some pieces over and stuff. I do believe my Zani should also have a build ready to go. There we go. And I got to replace a couple of pieces over here because my Pheobe uses a bit of a different build. But yeah, this is what the Zani build is going to be looking like. She's pretty well invested over here, and the Pheobe, once again, is just going to be on Moonlit Clouds. Has a pretty decent looking setup over here. I might just want like an actual ER piece on her though, because, well, she doesn't really need to do damage. All right, now she's at like 136.8% ER. That should be more than enough for her confession mode rotation, and that's what she's going to be looking like there. So, yeah, we're going to be taking Chisa in with that team. Let's see how it does. So, you're just going to rotate exactly the same as before. You're going to E, attack, echo skill, liberation.
Deconstructed.
Then you're just going to keep going until you can get your big old snip. Okay, we're frozen. This is probably the most annoying boss in the game to do demo runs on because he, like, dodges attacks, and then he also freezes you.
A pivotal moment. Dismantle. Exile. Structural integrity intact. Carry on.
All right, here we go.
Connections. Sentinel protect me.
Bluebird, be my salvation. Power. The Sentinel.
Come at me.
All right, here we go. Hopefully this one should not be as lame.
Don't stand in my way.
Come at me. That's just a scratch.
All right, a little bit of leftover blaze, but it is what it is, right?
Into form. Come.
It is what it is. All that leftover blaze. I can't really do anything about that when he's in the middle of an animation like that.
Structural collapse. Break apart.
Structural.
Sentinel protect me. Crystals, give me strength. Power.
Shut.
Sentinel.
Come at me.
Oh, we're missing just a little bit of energy. That's unfortunate because we missed some of our attacks.
Don't stand in my way.
My shield can withstand more than that.
And as you can see, the team is like, it's something, but it's not like the most amazing thing ever. The team is a little bit lacking. Do recall that this is Hazard Floor 1. This is Hazard Floor 1 over here, guys. And we're getting times that are kind of are looking like this.
Purify. Power.
No contest.
Sentinel.
All yours.
And that's what it looks like over there. It doesn't do that well. And one of the big reasons for why this team doesn't do that well is pretty simple. And we're actually going to make a more established video on this topic later on. Chisa's signature in this circumstance is not giving any damage bonus at all to this entire team. Yep. Because the reality is that when these two characters are together, they don't inflict negative statuses. They inflict a debuff called Helical Ember. And that's not considered a negative status. And so what that means is that Zani's team, all this Spectro damage, all of that, none of it is getting this 24% all attribute damage buff from her weapon. Because you need to inflict Spectro Frazzle, Havoc Bane, or Arrow Erosion to actually trigger it. It needs to be one of those named debuffs. And Helical Embers don't count. They don't count. And the end result, ladies and gentlemen, is that this signature is literally not doing anything other than buffing Chisa in this team. And that's why we're getting such dog shit clear times, even when I'm just going to be honest. The rotation gets a little bit smoother than that, but hey, if you just miss attacks on Zani, you miss attacks on Zani. It is what it is, right? And 322 was what it was looking like. Maybe with better RNG or like better hitting, it would have been better, but I'm just going to be honest. I'm not going to go ahead and reset the run 400 times just to get like a 345 clear time and like hit a couple more attacks. It's just not really that great of a team. And I'll compare it to you by showing you what it looks like when Shorekeeper comes in. And all of Shorekeeper's buffs are entirely 1,000,000% applicable in this team. This is just the only comparison that I think that we need to, like, give. So let's do this.
Lion graft you knew. Sentinel protects me.
I'll even throw the freeze in there. I would normally reset that. I'll just throw in the freeze from Shorekeeper.
Shut.
Sentinel.
I don't have all day. Come at me. Reduce to dust. Don't stand in my way.
Ordained.
That's a wrap.
Astral modulation. Sentinel protect me. Judgment time. Crystals. Give me strength.
We definitely missed some Nightfall attacks there as well.
Power.
Unfortunate, but it is what it is.
All yours.
ER might be a bit of an issue as a result of that. Yeah, it is.
I can spare a minute to knock some heads around. Come at me. Don't stand in my way. My shield can withstand more than that.
But as you can see,
From the heart.
maybe we did a little bit more damage on that first rotation. This guy actually just gets too rotated. I think you can kind of see that this guy pretty much gets too rotated.
Be my salvation.
And I'm just going to be real over here. The Chisa team doesn't even get close to that amount of damage.
Power of the sentinel.
It's really not even close.
All yours.
Like, it's not even close, the damage between the two teams' rotations. As you saw over there, the Zani swings were doing like 40, 50k more damage. That's the impact of all the crit, all of that. Buffs that Chisa doesn't necessarily have. And the thing is that the gap between these two teams still feels relatively high. I don't even think it would have been an issue for Chisa's weapon to apply to Zani and apply to the Zani team. It wouldn't have been that. I don't think it would have changed anything. Chisa would still be worse than Shorekeeper in this lineup. But this just makes it feel even worse what's actually going on. Because Chisa at a baseline is so much worse, and then her weapon doesn't even work in this team. A little bit unfortunate. Now, let's change this up a little bit and go with Pheobe as the main DPS, and then Spectro Rover over here, right, as the sub DPS for this battle. And I'm gonna go ahead and actually I'm gonna go like all in. I'm gonna go giga investment for this. You're gonna see how crazy the builds are gonna get, because I want to show you just how bad this lineup is. I've practiced with this team quite a bit. I played it quite a bit. I think unless you're going to do like some giga nasty quick swap, this team will actually just feel like hot garbage. Now let's play this final team over here. Because guess what, guys? It doesn't get much better than this. Every other team that you're going to be running, it's only going to get worse because Verena is actually just going to be a better option. The builds that we're going to be working with when it comes to this team will be this Rover. Remember, they're getting crit rate from here, so it doesn't matter that much if it's a bit low over here. The Pheobe build is going to be looking like this. So yeah, you factor in Eternal Radiance, we're going to be at like 83.5. I think we can go a little bit higher because we don't have Shorekeeper. Yeah, now we're going to be at about 92%. We're going to be at about 92% crit rate with everything put together and almost 300% crit damage. Now, let's start going ahead and showcasing what this team can do.
Nothingness. Deconstructed. Structural integrity intact. Carry on. Break apart.
Swift and resolute. Strike in the shadows. Moment of resonance.
All right.
One with
Sentinel protect me. Answer me.
And we're just summoning. And as you can see, yeah, this damage is kind of piss, bro.
I call upon the Sentinel. Come, meet your end. To pieces. Connection severed.
swift and resolute. The hour is upon us. No hesitation. One.
Sentinel protect me. Answer me to get crystals. Give me strength.
As you can see, this is a little bit suspect. It is a bit suspect. The nice part is that Pheobe can at least, like, damage the enemy, like, a lot during this piece, but, like...
Flicker into form. This ends here. Cutting through.
Swift and resolute.
Number.
Strike in the shadows. The end has come. One with the sun.
Sentinel protect me. Judgment time.
Okay, I accidentally went into confession mode, but you guys get what's going on over here, right? Okay, maybe we actually clear it there if I'm not in confession mode. It is what it is, right? That's not very good either. And this is the thing. Zani's team at least has the excuse of, we're missing our attacks. In this team, we didn't miss a single attack. Everything landed because Phoebe's ranged, right? So when the Lambilumen's doing its fucked up shit where it's like in the bouncy house, right? Phoebe's hitting all of her attacks. Zani's team got a similar time, missing half of her fucking attacks. That's the difference. Zani's team got this time missing like half of her fucking Nightfall attacks. Pheobe hits everything. And in this lineup, guys, that's the time. Now, we'll again do the comparison where we put in Shorekeeper. We'll again do the comparison where we play pretty much exactly the same, but we put in Shorekeeper instead of Chisa.
Stay calm. In war with time.
Swift and resolute. I sense your weakness. Moment of resonance. No hesitation. One with the sun.
Sentinel protect me. Judgment time. Crystals. Give me strength. Together we stand. I call upon the Sentinel. Ordained. Astral modulation.
Swift and resolute. The hour is upon us. I sense your weakness. One with the
Sentinel protect me. To Bluebird. Be my salvation.
Oh, I realized I need to run a different build. I'm overcapped on crit. I'm overcapped on crit right now. I realize that. But as you can see, even with a suboptimal build, I'm at like 104% crit rate.
Swift and resolute. The end has come. No hesitation. Strike from the shadows. One with the
Sentinel protect me. Answer me. Together we stand. Purify crystals. Give me strength.
Okay, well, I'm just goofing around over here. Yeah, I was just goofing around there at the end. I was just goofing around there at the end. But as you can see, we're rotating faster and then also clearing faster too. And that's with a dog shit build because I'm overcapped by like 5 or 6% crit rate. And so I should be running different pieces. And I also had a bit of an ER issue with that run as well. It's just, this is the thing, guys. Way more people are likely to have Shorekeeper than have a Chisa. And Chisa is without a doubt a downgrade from Shorekeeper in 2 out of the 3 negative status teams. That's kind of the issue with her pull value currently, is the fact that there's 3 negative status teams in the game. And in 2 out of the 3, she is outperformed by the best generalist support in the game, who also works on 90% of other teams. So Shorekeeper works on 90% of teams and is also better on 2 out of 3 of the negative status teams. Chisa is better in 1 out of 3 and then is a worse option for every other team in the game. That's a little rough, right? That's a bit rough. And on the one team where she is the best option, with Cartethyia and Ciaconna, you need her signature for her to be better than Arrow Rover. Yes. Yes. That's kind of what it is. This is the only team in the game where she's the best option, and you need her signature for her to be better than Arrow Rover. The end result is that, at least for the TOA, I can safely say that this is one of the furthest characters at this point in time. This is one of the furthest characters from a must pull, probably in the history of the game. And I would say that, especially if you're a newer player, do not pull this unit. This might be one of the worst new player pulls in the history of the game. You will, like, pull this unit, and I think she'll actually brick your account in the present. Like, I think the biggest mistake a new player can make is starting in 2.8 and then pulling her. I'm not even joking. You will, like, delay your ability to clear the TOA, clear Weewa, clear a bunch of content because you wasted your pulls on her when she's not really that strong, when she doesn't have a roster to work with, instead of one of the actually strong characters right now. But later, when more negative status teams release, then that's when pulling Chisa isn't really a waste. But for now, it is one of the worst things that a new player can do. Because what fucking teams are you going to build with her? What teams are you going to build with her? She's going to... She's the worst option in every team, other than Arrow Erosion. And then if you're building Arrow Erosion team, you can just use Arrow Rover, who's free. So there's really no use case at all for her presently on the roster. And she is a gigantic new player bait. But that's for the TOA. And so you might be wondering, oh, okay, Saint, how does the conversation shift when we start going over into Whimpering Waves? How do her teams do in Whimpering Waves? Does she feel like a strong character? She's got, like, suction and traction and all of that. Surely she's going to be strong. Well, let's just go ahead and see. We'll be trying her out on side 1 with a variety of different negative status teams, and we'll just see how good or bad she feels. Because she has personal damage. She might be able to clear some waves. We'll just have to see. We're just running the same team that we're using before. We're going to start it off with Zani. Falling Star that tears Fate apart. Let's just see how it is. Because, yeah, that other negative status one, it doesn't work with this team.
In the name of imperative. Flicker into form.
No contest.
Excise in a breath. This ends.
But maybe Chisa, with whatever she's doing over here, it can make up for it, right?
To pieces. Nothingness.
Maybe it'll make up for it.
Sentinel protects me. Purify. Ha! Power.
I don't have all day. Come at me. Reduce to dust. Don't stand in my way. All yours.
The Zani rotation is taking like 10 minutes.
Structural integrity intact. Carry on.
Bro, this character... Oh my god, this is actually genuinely awful.
sentinel protects me. Judgment time.
I don't even know what to say. This is some of the worst. This is one of the worst things I've ever played in my fucking life. I genuinely think Zani on side 1 is like a war crime. How do you even, like, attempt to pilot this team on side 1?
Knock some heads around. Come at me. Don't stand in my way. Return justice crowds.
Like, this is just... This feels like actually the worst team I've ever used.
Lifeline blocked. A pivotal moment.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, this side 1 nonsense is crazy. Like, this is just...
This ends here. Break apart.
I don't know, man. Hey, you know what? I think I'm just gonna have to admit it. I don't see the vision over here. That might be the worst team I don't even know what to do. I don't even know what to do to even, like, fathom making that team work. Maybe we do gotta try it out on side 2, but I'm also gonna say this. If a character only works on side 2, that is one of the worst things in the game. Imagine where you have a character in this game mode and their only viability is they're immediately cut out of one side. If that is their weakness, I think that alone makes them one of the worst Weewa units in the game. If you're under the impression that you cannot play them on side 1, I think that is super rough, but that's what the situation seems like for this character and this character. Because not having these guys as liberation at the start of the battle is just so rough. It is so fucking rough, it's unbelievable. Maybe we'll get better results, though, using our Cartethyia team with some of the shilling going on. So let's try that one out.
Flicker, thanks for watching. A perfect collapse. Heavens, descend.
Yo, why does it sound like I'm playing fucking Pac-Man over there, bro?
For silence beckons.
Tides, rise and crash. Furious tides. Split the heavens.
What was that sound? I don't know, bro. That's why I was like, yo, am I getting attacked by Roblox right now?
A grand overture. Flicker into come. Meet your end. Exile in a breath. Structural collapse. Break apart. Stress point. Thanks for watching. Mount.
Listen, the trio of destiny.
Collapse. Such is their blessing. Oceans.
This one's actually doing decently.
Sounding the death knell.
Till the denouement.
Windstorm. Sweep all away. Blink. A pivotal moment.
Hey, 130k damage. Hey, there we go. That's my Chisa.
Connection severed. Thanks for watching.
Hey, honestly, that didn't even look that bad.
Overture.
Hey, that looked like she was actually doing something. Then you realize Ciaconna's just gonna one-shot everything with her liberation.
Perish. Such is their blessing. Flee. Repent.
For silence beckons.
Tide, rise and crash.
Exonerate.
The tide.
What? How am I not filled? Oh, I missed one of the heavy attacks. That's why.
Nothingness. Deconstructed. Exiled. In a flicker into form. Structural integrity intact. Count on. Thanks for watching. Ta-da! A grand overture. A perfect chord.
Let the show begin.
Crumble. Such is the...
The Cartethyia team does good, but I would say that's mainly due to Ciaconna. Yeah, I would say the Cartethyia team does pretty good, especially with the shield token. But yeah, that's mainly because of Ciaconna. 1,000,000%. 1,000,000 fucking percent is because of Ciaconna. And to further reinforce that, we're now going to try out Pheobe. And this is the honest truth about Pheobe. She only works with Ciaconna and Whimpering Waves. If you don't have Ciaconna available to work with this character, you are absolutely fucking cooked. You're absolutely cooked. And I'm actually going to keep my Ciaconna on Gus Welkin because I'm not going to lie, she low-key does more than Pheobe in this game mode. But we're also going to give it a try over here. We'll have both negative statuses active, Air Erosion and Frazzle. Maybe that'll be what, you know, makes this Giga viable.
Cut flicker into form.
Thanks for watching. Ta-da! A grand overture.
Sentinel protect cord.
Answer me. Together, thanks for watching.
Stand.
Polyphony, listen.
Here we go.
Trio of destiny.
And now I'm going to spam the A button over here, right? And boom! Here we go! We got Frazzle on everybody. 13 stacks, brother. Woo! Would you look at that?
Crystals, give me strength. Together we stand. In the name of imperative.
Nothingness. Deconstructed. Flicker into form.
Break apart.
Bro, where's my damage?
Overture. Let the show begin.
Where's my concerto?
Sentinel protects me.
Judgment time. Ha! Together we stand.
Hey, wait. Phoebe's kind of mowing them down right now, though.
Over there.
Lifeline. Block. Flicker. A pivotal.
Hey, she kind of mowing them down, though.
Dismantle.
This ends here.
Cutting through the
Thanks for watching. A perfect chord. Listen, the trio of destiny.
Sentinel protects me.
Together, be my salvation.
Guys, do recall that this is like, this ain't a situation where I'm just like, you know, using a random buff. This is like the negative status buff too. So you can just think about it this way. Imagine you don't actually have the negative status stuff
I call upon the sentinel.
helping out this clear.
Meet your end.
This would be really fucking bad.
Flicker into form. Stress points map.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. A 2.6k under those circumstances is wild. But hey, it cleared. So technically, I guess it is doing better than the Zani team. I'm not even gonna give the Zani team on side 1 a try. It just feels so awful, it's unbelievable. The Pheobe team feels okay because you can immediately use her outro skill, which clears like waves by itself. So the Ciaconna Pheobe team feels okay, but the Zani team makes me legitimately not want to play the game. But hey, maybe there's somebody that knows how to make Zani work on side 1. I just don't think it's a task that anybody should waste time trying to figure out. And just use a fucking different character instead. Even Phoebe's better on side 1 than Zani as a DPS. That's going to be our full and actual testing for this unit. And, well, you can probably tell from the results that you were seeing on the screen, she's kind of outperformed by a different character in pretty much every single team in the game. And the one team where she outperforms another character, this lineup over here, well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Arrow Rover is right behind her, just a couple percentage points worse. And guess what? Arrow Rover is entirely free. I think what's clear from the design of Chisa and her placement, kind of like in the version cycle, is that she's meant to be a character that goes and supports newer region units, 3.x units. 3.x might actually be the region of, well, negative statuses. And if so, she's going to be one of the most important characters ever. But she'll rerun. She'll have another banner where you can pull her, where you can pull her weapon, and then see what the value of this character is after characters that she actually works with release. However, there is another conversation to have, which I think maybe some of us will be a little bit uncomfortable with, and that's the fact that I am disgusted by how bad this character is on Spectro Frazzle teams. I am just kind of confused as to why her weapon does not work specifically on Zani teams. And it's sort of just like, if she's the negative status character, and her buffs are literally designed in a way where you cannot even access them unless you have negative statuses. Like, look at this. You literally can't even access her buffs. Why is she so bad with 2 of the negative status teams? Like, why does she feel so bad with Zani, Spectro, Rover? Why does she feel so bad with Zani, Pheobe? Why does she feel so bad with S, Rover, Zani? I'm just like, this is the negative status unit. We could have made it, I don't know, like, couldn't there have been, like, something so that she at least replaces Shorekeeper as the best in slot for the Frazzle teams? I'm gonna be honest. Would that have been so bad? Would it have been meta-altering? Would it have broken the game if Chisa managed to be better than Shorekeeper on the Spectro Frazzle negative status team? Probably not. But right now, she's literally one of the lowest pull value characters I've ever seen. Because she's a downgrade to Verena, a downgrade to SK, and slightly better than a free unit. Legitimately. And I'm saying this with pure honesty. She might currently be the worst pull in the game, but that should change in the future. That'll be it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you all thought. Peace out.